23rd of June 2022. Hope everybody out there is having a good day today. Start off by saying if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. This red flag law they're fixing to pass is nothing more than a simple gun confiscation. That's all it is. It's backdoor gun confiscation. This is going to cause so many problems. You're going to have people just turning people in left and right for absolutely nothing, and people's guns are going to be taken away from them. You know people that post on Facebook and they always go to Facebook jail for something? You'll have Facebook turning people in and things like that, and you'll lose your gun rights for that. That's all this is backdoor gun confiscation. We've all heard, they've been trying to take guns forever from everybody. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. You have Republicans that jumped ship and got on board with this. They agreed to it, and I've told you before, a lot of people forget Donald Trump is the one who was for red flag gun laws. So, I mean, you can't blame just the Democrats for this. Donald Trump was for it. But it's getting to the point of where, look how bad it is now. Let me give you an example of something. This is no different than when you hear people getting pulled over and the police saying, I smell marijuana and I'm going to search your car. Well, they find absolutely nothing, right? They just use that to say, well, I smelled it, and it gives them the right to search your car to violate your Fourth Amendment rights. This is exactly what the red flag laws is. And people say, well, it's not that big deal. They come take your guns and you go get them back. Well, what that's going to turn into, you're going to have to get an attorney. That's going to cost money. You're going to have to pay court costs. That's going to cost money. How long are they going to, hold your case off? Could it be, it's not like they're going to come get your guns today and by Friday you'll be in court, getting your guns back. More than likely it could be months or even years for you finally get back to court. And during that time, guess what? We misplaced that, or we auctioned it off, or it's lost in evidence, which usually means one of the cops took it home with them. I've seen a situation like that in my area before with a friend of mine's son got in trouble, and once they cleared everything up, when they finally found the firearm that was supposedly in evidence, it was actually at one of the cops' houses, and they had to bring it back. So I mean, it's crazy the steps they'll go through to try to take your gun rights away. I don't understand why they only do this when something drastic happens. Your first gun law in the 1930s, eliminating fully automatic weapons, you got to stop and think. During that time period, you had gangsters out here running the streets shooting up everything with fully automatic weapons. Well, they passed the NFA. You can't have automatic weapons unless certain license. Well, what come later? You got into, well, these guys are getting out of prison and they're still getting guns. I think this was the 37 gun law I'm talking about, 1937. Well, you can't have felons getting firearms, okay? Then you go into the 1960s, you get President Kennedy shot. How was he shot? By someone who ordered a gun through pretty much a mail order service and picked it up at the post office, using a fake name, according to what they say. Well, what come out in the 67 gun law? Your background checks. That come out. Why? Because what had happened to Kennedy. Okay, then you get into President Reagan getting shot. That led into the Brady Bill, which then prohibited domestic violence people from being able to own and possess firearms. Now you've had this shooting, which we've had several mass shootings, but now right on the end of this shooting, what happens? Red flag gun laws, they're going to pass it. And what are they going to do to the states that refuse to enforce it? They're going to cut federal funding. They're not going to get funding. So like I told you before in a video before, a lot of states will say, we're not going to enforce this. We're not going to enforce it. Well, guess what? When they cut out that federal money, eventually they're going to be like, well, we need some money. We better start enforcing this. Earlier this year, the ATF and all them, they already got it to where they can federalize a police department anywhere in the United States to enforce the red flag gun laws. This is simple gun confiscation. It's backdoor. It's sneaky. It's the way they're doing it. I mean, one channel said they might as well set up an office right outside of family court because, you're going to have husbands and girlfriends turning each other in, That's what's going to happen when they pass this. It's going to get to the point of where your neighbor, if they know you have firearms and, you like to shoot or something, they're going to pick up the phone and call the police and say, he's out here shooting and it's scaring me. Or I heard him outside yelling one day and I know he has firearms. And guess what? 3 o'clock in the morning, they knock on your door. Now, the cops are going to come in tough on you, too. You know, 3 a.m. in the morning, they're going to roll deep on you. You know, unlike the shooting out there in Texas where they're all bodied, armored up and standing outside and terrorizing the parents, you know, macing them and detaining them while somebody's in there shooting school up. Now, they'll roll in deep on you for something like that, you know, here, you know, for red flag gun law. It's going to cause a lot of problems. A lot of people more than likely is going to get hurt, just to be 100% honest with you with this. When I mean physically hurt, you're going to have just, this is not the right situation. It's not. It's not the right solution to this situation is what I'm trying to say. So, they're already trying to make ammo where you can't get it. We've heard the 5.56, you know, what the government's doing with that. I've always said they can't take your guns, but they can make the ammo where you can't afford it or it's not available, and that's what they're trying to do. Guys, this is something that if you let them chip away at your Second Amendment rights, eventually they're going to take it all, and it's that simple. That simple. They're going to take all your rights away from you. They're violating your Fourth Amendment right here, and definitely the Second Amendment. I mean, now you're guilty until proven innocent with this red flag law, which that's the way courts are now too. I was always raised up, you know, being told, you know, hey, you're innocent until proven guilty, and that's not the truth no more. No matter what you're in trouble for, when you have a court case, you're guilty until you can prove your innocence. And that's just the way it is in America now. This is going to cause all kind of problems. I'm pretty sure it's going to cause people to get hurt on both sides of it. You're going to have people turning people in for absolutely nothing. And the police departments and the states that say we're not going to enforce this, we're not going to be part of it, you know, ATF just come in and federalize a couple of the deputies. Guess what? Now they're federal agents. They're going to enforce it. That's why they set this up a few months ago. You got to remember a few months ago when that happened, ATF federalized, you know, the police force to enforce red flag gun laws. This was all planned. It's all set up. It's a gun grab, plain and simple. Let me know your thoughts on this. Comment below, like or dislike this video. I would love to hear from you on this one because this one's a hot topic. If you haven't subscribed and you're still watching, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you know when I post a video. Guys, anytime you go out in public, keep your head on a swivel and be aware of your surroundings. You're not safe anywhere in America anymore, and always protect yourself. Get out there and get prepared. Let me know what you think about what we're talking about here in this video. Stay safe, get prepared.